We know that this is the most anticipated video ever. Actually, most of us emailed us to give a detailed view on the paper 3 regarding the English paper for the junior civil judge examination. So here we are with this video. So today you are going to learn the most important awaited topic. How do you write your essay writing, and what are the do's and what are the don'ts which you need to do, and some sort of clarity between AP and Telangana English paper, the major difference, and what are the inputs that you need to keep in your mind while writing the English paper. So we'll discuss all these things today in this video. So hope this video helps you a lot. Make a note of all the important things so that you will not forget it. So before going into this video, let us have a glance on how the English paper differs from Telangana JCJ examination and Andhra Pradesh JCJ examination. So if you see into the previous notifications, so this is Telangana notification. So if you see the Telangana JCJ notification, here it's written for English, the paper 3, it has translation, essay writing, grammar, and vocabulary, right? And if you see, this is AP JCJ notification. So if you see here, the English paper is having only the translation test and the essay writing. So there is no grammar in the AP paper. So in Telangana, you are having three things: translation, essay writing, grammar, and vocabulary, whatever it includes in the grammar. So here they divided the English paper into two parts. So the part 1 carries 30 marks and part 2 carries 70 marks. Okay. And there is a lot of doubt actually. So you should definitely translate only from English to Telugu regarding the language which you need to remember, or either from Telugu language to English language. Suppose if the one translation is given entirely regarding some topic in Telugu, you need to understand that and you need to translate that to English. And if the translation is given to you in English, you need to read it entirely and translate it and write it in the Telugu language. So this is how it works regarding the translation English to Telugu language and Telugu language to English language. Okay. Only the translation test is from these two languages. So coming to the part 2, it has essay writing, grammar, and vocabulary. So the essay writing, you will be given few topics in the legal perspective view regarding something in constitution, or regarding something like arrest of persons, or regarding accused, or whatever it is, some topic related to law. So you will be having an essay writing and you need to write 1500 words. So this is what it is given for the essay writing. And grammar and vocabulary, it includes parts of speech, prepositions, and correct sentences and everything. So this is regarding Telangana JCJ only, which I'm talking about. And here the main highlighted thing which you have to see is, why am I showing you this, is paper 3 shall be considered only as a qualifying examination, and the marks secured in this paper shall not be included in calculating the aggregate for the short list of interview. So here what they are telling you is, whatever in the paper 3, that means in the English paper for Telangana JCJ exam you're writing for, it is only treated as a qualifying examination. Okay. So finally, when you get the marks for Telangana, how is it calculated? It is calculated only paper 1 plus paper 2, and the average of these two papers is taken. And this average is added to interview. But the criteria is you need to get 50% mark in every paper, including paper 3 also. So you need to just qualify the examination, the 50% of marks, and regarding the reservation, whatever it is mentioned in the notification, you have to get 50% mark in each paper. So paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, the candidate has to secure the 50% marks in each part to qualify the written examination. Okay, but this paper 3 is only treated as a qualifying paper, right? I hope you understood this. So the aggregate is taken, the average is calculated on your paper 1 marks and paper 2 marks, but not the paper 3 marks. But still you need to qualify in the paper 3. Just a qualifying mark is required, but it is not added like how we prelims you do. Suppose when you are writing the screening test, you need to get the marks to get into the mains examination, but your screening test marks are not added to the mains examination. Just like that, the paper 3 marks are not added for the interview, but they are only required for qualifying. So this is only in the Telangana perspective, right? Now we go for AP. So AP JCC examination is not like that. There is no specification mentioned regarding that English paper is only a qualifying. No, it is added for your interview also. That means here for AP examination, written mains examination, what they are taking? Paper 1 plus paper 2 plus paper 3. So all these papers marks average plus interview marks is equal to your final selection or not. So that means one should remember that English test or an English paper is not a qualifying paper for APJCJ examination, and you need to score exactly the mentioned marks as per the reservation, whatever is given in the notification. For all the 3 papers it is required. So you need to get into the interview basing on the things that you have to pass the percentage of marks given in the civil paper, you have to pass the percentage of marks given in the criminal paper, and you have to pass the percentage of marks for the English paper as per your reservations. And you also need to pass the aggregate of the percentage of the marks which are given for this also. So individually you need to get qualified for each paper, and the average also is given in the notification. So you need to reach this average also. So this is the criteria and difference between the Telangana JCJ and AP JCJ. So don't neglect your English paper. Practice a lot and it helps you a lot. Per day, try to write at least one essay. So here if you can see, the English translation test is for 25 marks and the essay writing is for 75 marks on any legal subject. So it's the same, like the translations test is from English to Telugu and Telugu to English only. So here the entire answer paper you will be writing translation and essays only. It's a very lengthy and it's having 25 marks and 75 marks which will be counted finally also. The paper 3 is counted here. So what you need to do is practice essay every day, because you cannot write 1500 words at once, and there will be 2 essays obviously in the paper, and 1500 words you need to do. So try to give your best, practice your essays, dig some topics on the legal subject so that it will be very useful to you and you can speed up. So it gets you habituated where you can speed up the process, right? Okay. So now the main important thing comes, where you can see here that what are the do's and what are the don'ts. So remember this carefully before you start. Okay, when you have got your paper, question paper, so don't immediately start it. Okay, first just go through the entire paper. Let it waste. It's okay. Let it go the starting 10 to 15 minutes. No problem. But you will have a clear cut idea what to write and what not to write. You will have an overview of it. Okay, so just first 10 to 15 minutes just leave it for the space so that you can create some subject in your mind. Now I'm not talking about the translation today, because translation is nothing but you need to translate it to the Telugu or you need to translate it to the English based on the essay given there. That's the only thing. Now today the topic we are discussing here is very important topic, the essay writing, because a lot of aspirants are facing much difficulty, like they are not able to complete at least 2 sides of the page, the 2 sides of the book booklet which is given to you in the examination, you're unable to complete it at least 2 sides or 3 sides of the pages while writing the essay writing. So for that, here are some heads up where you can note it down, and it will be very helpful, I'm telling you. So here so you should analyze your answer. So when you see the essay writing topic, just analyze it. Okay, what are the points coming into that? What you can do? So what are all the things which come into the mind? Take a pencil and draw some margin in your answer sheet. Take a pencil and just write the topics or the subject points which get into the mind as soon as you see the question. Okay, and remember one thing, no strikings, and maintain the same handwriting from the starting till the end, because this is not a question wise or something, it's an essay writing and you need to maintain the same thing from start till end. No scribblings, remember that. And you have to frame the paragraph wise framing. Okay, essay writing is something that you need to do it paragraph wise. Okay, don't create any diagrams or anything like that. It's an essay, you are writing an essay, so it should be paragraph wise. And remember, each paragraph should be linked. Paragraph to paragraph should be some link. Don't start some abruptly. So start with some introduction. Whatever the concept or whatever the question is asked, start with some introduction on that, what you understood, and then frame it. Next is highlight some important content. Suppose you are using the entire answers in blue pen, just highlight it or underline it by black pen, or vice versa. So this is how you highlight the content. And use the direct speech. So whenever you are writing the English essay, the essay writing, you felt something is important, or you use some legal doctrine which you remembered related to that essay, or you use some legal maxim which is related to that essay, always keep some inverted commas from the start till the end, the line finishes or the sentence complete. The next one is be creative and be original. Keep all your thought process in the essay, and don't be repeatedly writing the same content. You should not write the same content and use the same paragraphs multiple times. Don't do that. So be creative and original, and the relevant topic which is asked, you have to pick the relevancy in that and write all the concepts related to that. Okay, so that your content will be interesting to um, the examiner who is examining your answer sheet. So now the don'ts is, as I started to tell you, don't start writing immediately as soon as you see the content. You should first analyze it. Don't scribble, and don't write something in pointers also, because you sometimes lose the points. And when you lose the points, I'll tell you, don't give any space thinking that okay, after some time I will think and I'll come back to this page and fill this point. Don't do that. It's not advisable. Don't do that. And don't repeat the sentence. As I said, your limit is 1500 words for each essay. So per page or per side, I'm talking about one side of the page, so you can write some 120 to 150 words approx. So according to your handwriting, calculate it and write it. So do not extend the over limit of 1500. You no need to count it exactly, but maintain that ratio. And don't use any complicated or complex sentences. Okay, just make it simple and clear, right? So now we are going into few more interesting things, like how you can write an essay writing of a topic. Okay, so there is one topic. Let us see that impact of COVID-19 in judiciary system. For example, let's just pick some random topic. So here, always remember your essay writing should have introduction. That means in the introduction, you are explaining first part, the impact of the COVID-19, how it affected the public and how it affected the growth, everything, etc., etc. All comes under introduction. What is COVID-19 and how it took place, everything. And your essay writing, interestingly, to make it more interesting, you should add some static data. So static data or analysis is something that you are giving some number. So 2020 year, so and so, 1 lakh people, so and so, death ratio, or a death spike of some 70%. So all this is static data, okay? And if you're well aware of any reports, any government reports or any static data, provide that. So it can be very useful. And the next one which you need to remember is, when you are using any quotations said by anyone, or any definitions, or any doctrines, or any legal maxims, always underline it. So here are three things you need to remember: underline it, put it in inverted commas, and write only if you know that the exact statement is correct. If you feel there is some disturbance in the entire statement which you are thinking, do not write it. And if you write it also, don't underline it and highlight it if you are not sure about the quotation or anything. But if you are very much sure, these three things to be kept in mind. So your topic requires introduction, static data, quotation, definition, doctrine or legal maxims, whatever related to it. And the next one is directly the examiner should know what you have written on the question asked. So don't lag it or don't drag it. Just write on the face how it impacted judiciary system. You can start with courts, administration, like how the courts need to be administered, like how the digitalization of the records need to be done, where the technology need to be used so that people don't come to courts and spread the infection, and how advocates are need to be taken care, and welfare of the advocates, anything in specific for this pandemic should be given by the covid, by this COVID-19, where the judiciary should take its action, and the protocols to be followed at the courts. So all this, and where you are summoning the witness and asking the parties to come to the court, and they should also follow the protocols. So starting from the judiciary, for the courts, administration, and the advocates, and the parties visiting the courts, so everyone should be taking care, right? And they have to do their self sanitization also. So all these hygiene conditions also should be mentioned, the impact and what needs to be done. And the one more thing, the next one, what your topic should have is, I'm not talking only to this topic. So whatever the essay is given, you have to think in a broad way, so that where your 1500 words come into action, right? So here I have covered the introduction, static data, some quotations, and the exact point what is asked in the essay. Now you go for advantages and disadvantages, or pros and cons is your next thing. The next one is the public view, the economic view, any technological view, some political view. So these are the scenarios where you have to think in a wide range how it would affect the society, environment, and everything. So this is one of the important views while writing your essay writing. The next one is you give a summary of all the things which you have written in the front pages. You just give a last 2 to 3 para summary, and you conclude. So you conclude this by giving your views. So it can be positive or it can be negative. So what all the views you felt that this has to be done, or this can be done, or this needs to be implemented. So if anything is there for the implementation, so this is the take up which the government should do or which the public should follow. Whatever the things are there, so you can keep this in your conclusion and the summary part. So this is how your entire essay writing is going to help you to secure marks for the for the AP JCJ examination paper 3. So practice every day one topic. Just pick some topic random and just practice it. Hope you like this video and hope you learned and got some subject on this. So don't forget to like the video. Thank you.